my stamping friends, this is Oksana from funstamper.com, and right now it's Wednesday, 6 p.m. Time for Funky Wednesday. All right, as always, let's give it a minute or so I could see you, and we will get started. Let me get situated, and I have a fun project for you today. I was telling you last time that I am dying to actually play with last month's kit called Exploring in Colors, just because of the beautiful paper. But if you don't have one, I will let you know how you could order still some of the kits, or you could actually use this layout that I'm gonna show you today for other cards. So this is how kit look like. I already actually did play with a lot of the stuff. So it has copper clay, I believe. I'm not sure where's my ink spot. Put it somewhere else. But the stamp set, let me show you the stamp set. It's super, super cool. It's probably one of the coolest stamp sets. Kind of outdoorsy one that Stampin' Up! Ever came up with. Has really cool greetings that could be for birthday, could be for any adventures, and all those 3 fun images. I love this little boot the most, and I'll show you how I use that. So this is stamp set, and it has 9 cards. I already did play with the content. I could not just stop. So some of the cards, so here's some of the cards that coming in the kit, and you could see right away, I mean, who's gonna waste such a beautiful paper? You could basically do 2 cards like I did here. So I just mounted on a cardstock, and I saved this one for later. And has like different labels, different prints. So bunch of stuff. Envelopes is something I'm gonna do with envelopes. It's also too pretty. Look at that. I mean, it's, you could really do something fun with that. And also it has like different labels to stamp and those cute images like binocular and compass to do. Also, that kit had an add-on. It's 18 cards, and I'll show you. And envelopes. And what is cool that every single card kind of coordinate with new in colors. So this is, look at that. This is just simply beautiful. You just add a sentiment, and that's all. So it's 6 of each. I already used some of those, see? And I like this one, this kit, because it also has a landscape and 1 portrait. But everything else in the kit was portrait. So we will use some of those. All right, so let me show you what we're gonna do today. And I see you guys jumping in. Hello, hello, my friends. So this is simple card I made just with the content of the kit. And this one was just I add on, and I use pieces of the kit as well. The same, this one is pretty much how it's supposed to be done. Just mounted on a card because cardstock was really pretty. So this was kind of my S design pretty much. I just pop up it on cardstock because it was too pretty to waste extra pieces. And then I wanted to do, remember last week we did one of the funky folds, and I wanted to do this with that particular paper. And look at the card. This one we're gonna make. It's perfect for masculine birthday. It could be for retirement, could be for any adventures, so many things. And that paper is perfect. So this is one of the cards we're gonna do. As a card, and whatever left over, because the cardstock was big, whatever was left over, I use that piece here. So then kind of waste. And yes, you could see this actually, this side. So another card, just add boots and label, and we made that. Another card, this is my, actually, I do it really often, this layout. It's called my 2 1 3/4 layout. So you take piece of designer paper, which you could treat this card as a designer paper, and you cut in strips of 2-inch, one little interests, and you add little. So was dying to create, and this is this card. We actually did similar layout in my class, and everybody loved it. And I thought, okay, let's just recreate with this one. So here is a card. It lays like that. This plays like this. And yeah, this is how it is. All right. So for this one, let's just select which one we're gonna use, and we will go and start creating. So from the kit, I'm gonna use, so I use this pattern already. Let's maybe pick different pattern and see how it's gonna play out. Let's maybe pick this pattern. All right. And I'm gonna cut it. So this piece, again, it's coordinate perfectly with our in color. So this is mauve, moody mauve. So I'm gonna save it and use it for something else. So for this card, we will need a card stock, and I have my little cheat sheet. I'm gonna post everything Friday. It's going to be posted on my blog with some other samples, but some measurements you could always, stop the video and go with that. So we're going to use this piece, and we wanted to have our long card stock. Like I mentioned before, it's really cool that this particular pattern has all the colors. So you have boho blue, you have wild wheat, you have copper clay, you have pebble pass. I didn't use pebble pass. So either of those will work. Let's do copper clay. It's one of my favorite browns right now. So we need that piece, and we're gonna score. Just gonna do a couple simple score lines, but I need my cheat sheet to make sure it's correct. So we're gonna score it on the long side at 2 3/4, 4 1/4, 7 1/4, and 8 1/2. And we're gonna fold it mountain, volley, mountain, and volley. And we want to leave it this way. So we want to leave that 2 3/4 up. Okay. And I am always crazy with little borders. I just love white borders. So we're gonna use basic white. And basic white will be 4x4. And you could use designer paper if you don't want any borders, but I will do that. Then another 4x4. And then this one is 2 1/4 by 4. All right. So as you could see how that card is laying. So you're gonna be gluing just that part. So let's cut our piece. And our piece, I wanted to cut 3 7/8 tall, because it's gonna mount on 4x4. I want to be slight smaller border, so 3 7/8, and we're gonna do by square by 3 7/8. And whatever left from your cardstock, it could be 1 1/4, 1 1/2, a little bit over. I'm not gonna cut extra. I'm just gonna leave it. Okay. So let's just go ahead and glue. So super simple. So 4x4, and then we're gonna do 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. Pretty small border. And the card that I did design is actually for my husband's birthday. I'm once ahead of myself. Feels great. And that piece, I'm gonna adhere it to the right side. And I'm gonna do some stamping on other piece. And with the gluing, we actually wanted to start from that smaller piece to a line, similar like we did in a class. And I'm gonna use a stamp set for the greeting, and I'm gonna use the same cheers to another adventure, or maybe I'll use something else. Let's see the stamp set. And I'm gonna use copper clay as well. So the stamp set says, it says, life is meant to is meant for good friends and great adventure. I think it's a really good sentiment. So let's go ahead and stamp that, and let's use copper clay. Surprisingly, it's probably copper clay, I will say. It's my most used. Boho blue will be second one. All right. And I wanted some kind of background and some little like grasses and stuff like that. So let's see. And I'm gonna use retired stamp set. I never normally use, but I find that this stamp set will be a really good companion, Greatest Journey. I just didn't have enough time to play with that. And I love all this like camping images and runners and stuff like that. So I think it will be really, really cool to actually kind of combine. So I'm gonna take, so Mossy Meadow is another green that is coordinating with this kit. So I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of stamp the grasses. Just some background, and I want boots after. Those boots are super cute. Okay, and then we're gonna start gluing, and we're gonna put boots after. So we're gonna glue that small piece. And I'll show you in a second why, because it's gonna be kind of your guide, how you're gonna glue second piece. So we're gonna glue it here. Then we're gonna fold it. And we're gonna apply glue on this side. So kind of remember that we have a borders. And you're gonna do it on this side. And then you're gonna position it so this piece is aligned. You're kind of not maybe worrying about this side. You just wanted to make sure that that piece is covered. Put a little bit too much glue. And then you do exactly the same with this piece. We're gonna put a sentiment, and our first card is done. We're gonna add boots because they're so cute. So this one, you just kind of do a border. This one, you don't need to align. But see, when card is closed, you kind of see a background. Isn't that neat? Super simple fold. And I could not believe that I didn't know about that fold till pretty much a couple weeks ago when I was looking for fun stuff to make for my class. All right, so like I said, with a boot. Oh my gosh, I just love that boot. Who got this paper pumpkin? So I wonder who ordered this kit. So refills are available, so they come like that in a really cool box. Mine actually just came today. I ordered another one, and yeah, just everything you need. Doesn't have a stamp set or little eaters, so maybe next month they will have it. I'm not sure. Sometimes it takes them, a couple months to actually get refills, kind of full kit back. But I think it's such a neat one. But even if it just for the cardstock or card basis, it's already worth. I believe that it's worth the money. It's $11.50 before shipping and tax. And it has 9 cards, which is you could actually cut in half, mount on cardstock, and you will have 18 cards. Look at that boot. I'll show you. Oh my gosh, I just love it. See, this is little boot. And I was coloring with which colors I was coloring? I believe I was coloring this one with crumb cake. No, it's an ivory. So I was kind of coloring this one with a light color. Another one I colored with dark crumb cake. So whatever boot you wanted to create, so I was just playing with that. That last week when I was telling you that I'm gonna play with that, I think I pretty much played till midnight. I was just doing boots and cutting them, and I actually sent one of the cards to my daughter with the boots. She's gonna do this Saturday. She's gonna do half marathon in mountains, so I thought this card will be perfect for her. So then we're gonna cut it, and I believe I already have it cut. If I didn't, so once again my table eating my supplies. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, we're gonna cut it or not. So let's see, what did I put it? All my labels and everything. Oh well. Let's look one more time and then we will move on. Close my glue. And add-on kit, I was actually thinking if add-on, which is gonna be better deal, and I always recommend for my customers what is the best deal possible. So add-on is $10 and it includes 18 envelopes, and it also includes 18 card bases, but they are kind of, you know, you could cut them apart, but they are you know, solid, like this one we just cut it, right? So you're pretty much gonna use the card bases like it is. So it's pretty much still 18 possible kind of pieces you could create, but doesn't have labels or stuff like that. So here's two boots that I did. Look how cute. I think they're super cute. And I also cut this one from Greatest Journey die. So I thought if you kind of put those one underneath, what you think? I think like it's cute. I kind of, or if it's guy card, we don't want anything. I just leave it. Choices. But so if you have any other kits that like card base is really pretty, kind of really graphic and stuff, use this layout to create maybe more complicated cards. It's gonna work great for that. All right, and then we're gonna add, let's add happy birthday, and we will be done. I just do this one. And like I mentioned, that stamp set has really cool fonts and cool images. And happy birthday, I like. It's kind of, you know, like a masculine, perfect for a guy. So that's gonna be our first card, and then we're gonna rush and do our second card, and also funky fold. But for this one, we're actually gonna use a card base from a kit because I wanted something larger than just card front, just for the designer paper. All right, let's just do this one, put with dimensionals, and then we'll be done. Fresh pack of dimensionals. If you're local and attending my classes, I probably will have extra 1 or 2 refills. I think it's just so cute. I did have extra kit, but I had my friend ask me for, so I already sold it. So here it is. We could add extra gems, but this is just a basic one. So this is a little bit more decorated with little compass and stuff. So like I mentioned, this will be for my husband's birthday. So here you go, card number 1. And card number 2, we're gonna create this type of a card and this type of a fold. So let's start with picking which card base we wanted to use. I want to use something different that I use for this one, so we could kind of see the variety. So let's see. But like I mentioned, I wanted to use something in a kit, and we have option to use this one or to use this one. I really like this one. Let's just do this one with a kind of ocean and a river, mountains. And okay, so for this one, let me get my other cheat sheet. We actually need 5.5 by 8.5. And the same, I did actually cut 3 to see which one we're gonna like more. I want to use something different. I think this one is looking pretty good. It's still like copper clay or blue. Blue may not have that much contrast. Let's just do wild wheat. So we are different. Okay. This one. And we will need a couple pieces of basic white. And as we doing some layers, I just love a little bit of white layer. So this one is just our standard 4 by 5.25. This one is 2 3/4, and this one is 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. And we're gonna score our cardstock at 1.5 and 4 1/4. So this fold is actually pretty simple as far as scoring. So that was saying 1 1/4 and 4 1/4. Doesn't sound right, but let's check. Yeah, correct. I did this card last week, so could changed. Okay, and this is a simple fold. You're gonna do this one and this one. I don't like it. So let's see what I scored wrong. Probably 1.5. Yeah, 1.5. Put 1/4. I will correct that. But we could, it's not gonna make a big difference. We could rescore. You want a bigger piece, and this is as big as it goes for the smaller piece to have little pattern. All right, let's just find my bone folder. Let's see. So basically the idea here is that that piece gonna be glued here, see, like so. And similar to previous card, we're only gluing it to the flap, and then when it opens, it kind of reveals it. Okay, so we already know how we cut basic white. Let's just cut our beautiful paper. So this one I wanted to do 5 1/8. Let me cut on a seam, will be easier. Okay, and maybe I'll cut it a little bit more. Will be plenty. So from this one I want a 2 5/8. So 2 3/4, but a little bit smaller. And this one will be 1 1/8. We want to like continuous pattern. And I just wanted the bow to be up front. That's why I went. And as a piece, we will do like 1.5, and it doesn't really matter. So it's not gonna be continuous pattern. So it's gonna be kind of some breaking in the middle, but we're gonna go with for that. So we're gonna do 1.5 by 5 1/8. Let me cut this one from here. And I'm just experimenting, but I think it's gonna be great. And the same here, I'm gonna cut from top 5 1/8. This is what I want. And 5 1/8. And this piece that left, we could use it for something else, right? We could use kind of as a focal point and put other images there. So I'm gonna save it, and it's definitely not gonna go to waste. So let's just assemble everything quickly. So we're gonna go ahead and glue our pieces together. So next month's Paper Pumpkin should coordinate with Countryside Inn. It's called Welcome Inn. This is gonna be like a boho blue and all this kind of cute pattern. I cannot wait to see that. I wonder, you know, if it's gonna overtop this one. This one I was actually blown away. I didn't think I'm gonna like it that much. I absolutely love it. I think this one is maybe my favorite yet. We had sunflowers a couple years ago. I really like it, but I think this one, it's just the same. You could go with so many different patterns. And we're gonna glue this one here. And you could start gluing so you could see how it goes together. Again, super simple kind of design with a flap opening and revealing some designer paper. Okay, so we're gonna glue this one first inside. You could decorate, and you could do it probably later. Wild wheat. I think about it as a gold color. So now I'm gonna fold it to hide my boo-boo, and I'm gonna glue it to the flap. And similar to previous card, I want it to align. So when it's folded, when it's you receive it in your recipient receive it in your pretty envelope, it's gonna be all aligned. Okay, so we're gonna glue it here. Then you close it, and that piece gonna go inside. Isn't that fun? That's all to that fold. So get any of designer papers that you have, a continuous pattern, and try to recreate. So ideally, you want it to have around 5.5 piece by 5.25, and then you're gonna cut in the strips. Ideally, you want a pattern kind of go, but this one will be slightly different because what did I do wrong? Hold on. I guess I screwed up. Why I have so many difficulties today? All right, here you go. So this is the base of the fold. For me, this side is naked. I like to add little border. This is what we did last time. But you could probably, you don't want to do a border for a guy card. And again, any splatter will work. I wanted to use Greatest Journey, and I'm gonna use those stars as a background. Just adds a little bit of color. And because we're using wild wheat, we're gonna stamp with wild wheat as well. We add a sentiment, and we are done. I'm gonna open it and just randomly stamp on the back. I don't even need to go all the way. Yeah, who knew when we all so new in colors first time? We all probably like, whoa, what's going on? I don't know if you're gonna like it or not. But as time came and as we started to explore, it's actually grew on me, and I love this kit. This kit kind of reinforced, now you have a picture of the natural look and like mountains and all the colors present. So it's super, super cool. All right, so let's just do similar way. We're gonna do happy birthday, and that's gonna be all. So now we cannot really stamp in copper clay. I guess we can, right? Because our boat is copper clay. Do I want to stamp in Mossy Meadow? Let's try Mossy Meadow. I like when it's, especially with Stampin' Up, when you turn paper back and you could see which color it coordinates with. Then you just take the guesswork out. Happy birthday stamped. It fits actually pretty nice on a Stitch So Sweetly label. So, and I do have piece. I just want a little extra to go. Let me cut this one. So this is extra one that I had before, and again, all this color. So I'm gonna cut small strip. Gonna make a flag. I probably could have done with Stitch So Sweetly, but I'm just gonna flag it. I just want a little bit extra color, not just white. Even so, it's a guy card. Doesn't need to be super fancy, but still works. All right, we're gonna cut this one out and gonna add here with dimensionals, and I want to kind of overlap a little bit, and that's all, and we are done. We have 2 more cards created, and I'm so glad to have some masculine card in my collection. Okay, here you go. And we could, you know, I could go ahead and add extra pieces and cup and this and that, but so here is a card number 1 that we created, and here is the card number 2 that we created today. So this is card front from Add On, and this one is the actual kit, and here is my original one. I really like to use the images. So here is the original one, and here is the other original one. So I use completely different pattern and just color schema. Again, here is extra cards. All of the pictures will be posted. So if you have this kit, you could enjoy and copy if you would like to. All right, now it's your turn. If you create anything with that set, shoot me a picture. If you don't have the set and would like it, let me know. Or use what you have. If you have designer paper laying around, you could recreate this layout. All right. I hope you have a great week. And until then, happy stamping. Bye.